our service but don't want to come across too pushy, yet still make the sale? Well, watch this video until the end and I'll get you my simple 3-step sequence on how to effectively be more persuasive and make more sales. For quick and easy ways to implement simple business strategies to help your business grow, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you're notified each time I post a new video. I've had so many clients tell me, you know what, Susie, I really suck at selling and it just feels so pushy. If this is you and selling freaks you out, then watch to the end of this video because you'll learn the 3 steps to implement into every conversation with every prospect you come across with. This will be your go-to conversation that will have your prospects selling themselves. I've used this tactic hundreds of times myself and training reps across the country, and it's worked wonderfully. So stay tuned and let's get into it. Okay, let's jump right in. Now, in order to make a sale, you have to what? First, ask for the sale. And many of you are terrified of this because you think that you're going to have to be pushy, or you're going to have to be well-spoken, or that you'll need to know loads of detailed information. But here's a little secret. It's not about you at all. It's all about your prospect. Effectively persuading your potential buyer has very little to do with what you need to say and everything to do with what they're going to tell you. Now, although we're going to talk about this from a business perspective, the skill of persuasion is vital to all parts of your life. Think about it. Whenever you want something that is dependent on someone else agreeing with you, you need to ask in a way that will result in you getting what you want. Now, you've been persuading people to do what you wanted ever since you were a baby. Have you ever watched a toddler get his way? They're masters. So, how does this apply to your business? Now, according to Scott Hogel, who wrote the book Persuade, the ability to succeed with persuasion will depend on your ability to build strong relationships. Remember this. People have to buy what you're saying before they buy what you're selling. Now, I know you're thinking, but you just told me that it wasn't about what I was saying. And it's not. It's about connecting with your prospect so that they do the talking. So what does this mean? Well, in order for your customer to want to buy something, you first have to connect with them. They have to follow you emotionally before they follow you financially. So how do we connect? By listening. Most of us think that hearing is the same thing as listening, but that's not true. Hearing is something that automatically happens, whereas listening is intentional. You can hear your customer, but that does not mean that you are listening to your customer. Listening is insanely important if you want to know exactly what you need to say in order to be effectively persuasive. See, persuasion, it's not all about pushing your idea or arguing why your product is best or why you're the perfect person to work with and then rambling on about your credentials. Persuasion becomes incredibly effective, but only once you have established a relationship of trust and connection with your prospect. Hogel made a point that really struck with me, and I really want you to think about this. He said, when people want to impress you, they'll often talk about themselves, but when they want to connect with you, they're going to ask about you. Why? Well, because connection only comes when there's an understanding of something. Think about it. You cannot feel a connection with something or someone if you don't know anything about them. Okay, so let's apply this to your business. Here comes the 3 simple step sequence that you can use in every conversation that actually allows you to have a persuasive conversation and lets you talk less and your prospect tell you exactly what they're looking for. Okay, number 1, acknowledge the person and ask them a question. Here are some examples. Hi, I see that you're looking at the supplements. Is there a specific result you're looking to get? Hi, thanks for calling. I see that you're interested in our service, but tell me a little bit more about what you're doing so that I can make sure it truly is beneficial for you. Hi, so you're interested in our consulting. That's great. Tell me more about the awesome things that you're doing so that I can see if we can help you expand in the way that you want. Hi, I see that you're looking at that dress and it is beautiful for this season. Now, is there a special occasion that you're thinking of wearing it to? And then listen. Okay, so what have we done so far? Well, we've acknowledged them, we've said hello, and we've asked them one simple question. What do you do? Now, we want them to get talking. We want them to tell us what they're looking for, what their needs are. You don't want to jump in and start giving them ideas and telling them about your product and what you can do for them. Really, you just want to listen. The only thing you might want to throw in is, oh really? Why is that important to you? Because that'll get further into the reason as to why they are really looking for this. If there's a struggle involved, that's what you want to find out. Other than that, you just jot down what they're saying on a piece of paper if it's on the phone and just listen. Okay, so here's the cool thing. Based off of what they just told you and the fact that they're already on the phone with you, or they're already on your website, or they're in your storefront, basically all you're going to do now is just justify the interest that they have in your product. But before you do that, we're going to move to step number 2. Okay, so step number 2 is affirmation. See, once they've told you more about them or what their needs are, the only thing that you're going to do is affirm them. And how do you do that? Simple. You just admire something that they said, or acknowledge a strength that they might have had, or something unique about them. Here's an example. Wow, I want to commend you for really doing your research and looking into alternative options. A lot of people won't do that. Wow, that sounds like an incredible service. I love that you provide for your customers. I'm sure they find that so helpful. Well, it sounds like you're going to have an amazing time, and I think you're right. A simple but elegant dress would be perfect for the occasion you described. You have great taste. And then you listen. This, in turn, affirms and gives them confidence in your future relationship together. Essentially, what you've done in these 2 steps is created common ground. You've put their voice, their needs, and them ahead of your business. And you did the least amount of talking in the conversation. Comment, "This makes sense," below if this makes sense to you. Scott Hogel put it best when he used a bank comparison and said, when you put other people first, it's like putting a deposit in the relationship bank account, and when you do that, your influence with them grows. Such a good book. Now, for all you influencers out there, listen up. Because influence is not enough. Influence is just the effect you have on someone. But persuasion is what challenges people to believe and to make them make a decision. So this brings me to step number 3. Step number 3 is, do you believe? Ask them if they believe that, and then use the benefits that your service or your product offers. Don't use the name of the service, don't use the name of the product, just base the benefits off the list of the struggles that they had already told you and the needs that they had. So let me give you some examples, because that was kind of a mouthful. Do you believe that taking something that provides you with energy and the nutrients that your body is lacking would be beneficial for you? Or, it sounds like you have a very clear picture of what you want to accomplish. Do you believe that having something that would notify you of is something that would lessen the overwhelmment of having to do that task yourself? So you were looking for something simple but classy that you could wear all day and maybe add a little shawl. And you look gorgeous in it. So do you believe that this is the right dress to dance the night away in? You see what you did there? Not only did you not have to be pushy or know a million different facts about your service or your product, basically you just established rapport, and then by letting them do all the talking, basically they've justified the reasons for making the purchase themselves. When you build a relationship first, a connection, the revenue will follow. See? Persuasion is not manipulation, and it doesn't have to be pushy. All it is effectively listening to what your prospect needs and then guiding them through a conversation that allows them to determine that your product is the solution. And all it takes are these 3 simple steps. Number 1, acknowledge them and ask them to tell you more. Number 2, affirm them, make them feel special. And number 3, let them tell you why they believe that they need your product. Well, now you know the exact 3 steps that you need to take to have an effectively persuasive conversation without being pushy. If you like this video, please let me know by liking it and by commenting helpful if you did find it helpful. Now, you know me, I'm all about taking action and I love to engage with you guys. So, nothing will happen from learning anything from this video if you don't put it into action. So, your action step is to go on Facebook right now and put where and when you're gonna try this out. Now remember, it's not about perfection. It's just about getting out there and doing it. The more times you do something, the more natural it becomes. So hold yourself accountable right now, jump onto Facebook, write when you're gonna do this or what you're gonna try it on, and then come back and let me know how it went. Looking forward to seeing your comments. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. As always, to your success.